Welcome to this explainer. Okay, so whether you're gearing up to completely ace those CBSE exams or honestly just want to sharpen your everyday digital communication, mastering the art of the email is absolutely essential. Today, we're going to dive right into the core rules and formats that make an email actually work. Plus, we'll uncover how to dodge those super common mistakes that trip most people up. Let's get into it. Here's our agenda for today. First up, what is an email? Then, the 7 golden rules. Next, the anatomy of the format, followed by formal examples in action. And finally, your turn to practice. All right, section 1. What is an email? The digital standard. So, at its very core, an email is just an electronic message sent through the internet. It's digital, it's lightning fast, and it is highly versatile. But the real kicker here, it's dual nature. An email acts almost like a chameleon, right? It shifts entirely based on whether you're using it for formal or informal communication. It's actually kind of fascinating how your audience entirely dictates your tone. I mean, think about it. Writing to teachers, principals, or, officials, that absolutely requires a highly structured, formal style. But on the flip side, an informal style lets you totally relax the rules when you're just messaging friends and family. So knowing exactly who is on the receiving end, that is always step 1. Moving right along to section 2, 7 golden writing rules, the formula for success. Now, when we look at the procedural flow, I want you to think of it kind of like a science equation. First, your input requires a proper greeting, something like, "Dear Sir" or "Madam." Next, your body paragraphs absolutely must be kept short and clear. No one wants to open an email and just see a massive wall of text, right? It's overwhelming. And finally, always end politely with a sign-off and your name. It's basically the bread of your email sandwich. That greeting and sign-off literally hold the whole thing together. Stylistically speaking, there are a few absolute musts you have to follow. Your subject line acts as the gatekeeper. It needs to tell the recipient exactly why they should open the message in the first place. Inside, simple and polite language always wins. Trust me, clarity beats swallowing a thesaurus every single time. Oh, and most importantly, strictly avoid spelling and grammar mistakes. A glaring typo can instantly tank your credibility, for sure. Okay, section 3, anatomy of the format, deconstructing the inbox. Let's take a look at the technical headers. The to field, that's obvious. It's for your primary receiver. But the real strategy actually lies in CC and BCC. CC, which stands for carbon copy, loops someone in just for visibility. Like copying a parent on an email to your teacher. BCC, though, or blind carbon copy, that is your secret weapon for privacy. It allows you to send a message to a whole group of people while keeping everyone's email addresses completely hidden from each other. All right, let's keep moving down the format waterfall. Every single email kicks off by stating its clear purpose right there in the subject line. Like if you're asking for leave, the subject should literally just be request for leave. Simple, right? That's followed immediately by your respectful greeting. Doing this sets a super professional tone before the reader even gets to your main message. Following that greeting, your opening sentence has to immediately state the purpose of the email. Seriously, don't bury the lead here. This naturally flows right into a clear, polite body paragraph packed with the necessary details. For example, if you need time off, you'd lead with the fact that you're sick, followed directly by the exact dates you are going to be absent. And finally, we have the wrap up. Your closing sentence should mention thanks or, set a clear expectation, something like, I look forward to your reply. Then you just finish the whole thing off with a professional sign off, like yours sincerely and your name. Honestly, memorizing these basic building blocks is a total game changer. It allows you to construct literally any formal email on the fly. Let's jump to section 4, formal examples in action, proving the formula works. Okay, here is our first scenario. Imagine you're a student named Arav in class XB. You've come down with a fever. How do you formally ask your class teacher for sick leave for 2 days, making sure to follow all those golden rules we literally just discussed? Let's see. If we look at Arav's draft, notice how incredibly direct his approach is. He clearly states the exact dates he needs, May 5th to May 6th. There is absolutely zero room for confusion there. And then he politely promises to complete all the missed work once he's back. Guys, this is a perfect execution. He keeps the paragraphs short and clear, offers a responsible solution, and gets straight to the point. All right, now let's step things up a notch. Our second solved question asks, how do you draft an email to the principal requesting permission to organize a cleanliness drive in the school on a Saturday? The stakes are definitely a little higher here, right? I mean, you're writing to the principal and you're asking to organize a massive school-wide event. Handling the persuasion aspect is absolutely crucial here. Notice how Arav outlines the noble purpose of the drive using simple, polite language. He writes, the main aim of this drive is to spread awareness about hygiene and cleanliness. But more importantly, he actually anticipates the principal's potential concerns by confirming that many students are already willing to participate. It hits the nail on the head. It's respectful, it's highly purposeful, and it is entirely clear. And now for our final part, Section 5, your turn to practice, the final challenge. So, here is your challenge. Write an email to your friend inviting them to your birthday party. You'll need to consider the tone. Are we going formal or informal here? And think about what exact elements you still need to include to ensure they know exactly when and where to show up. But, beyond a simple party invite, I want you to really think about this. In a world where our first impression is almost always digital, could mastering the simple art of a perfectly formatted email actually be the most underrated skill for unlocking your future opportunities? Something to chew on. Thanks so much for exploring this topic with me, and I'll see you in the next explainer.